Across the South Coast, live from Solent University. You're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 3 o'clock. I'm Byron Goodchild with your Solent Sports News headlines. Southampton defender Kyle Walker-Peters is expected to come out of Gareth Southgate's starting 11 for England's clash against Ivory Coast tonight. Despite performing well last time out, the Saints fullback is predicted to be one of 10 changes to the side. Southgate hinted that even skipper Harry Kane could be rested ahead of tonight's fixture.
If he had his way, he'd play 90 minutes of every fixture, which is a brilliant quality to have, because if your captain wants to be at every camp and playing every minute of every game, that sets the tone for everything else.
With Southampton having 3 players in the England squad for the first time since 2015, there's a buzz in the air around St Mary's. Our correspondent Jake Clements is outside the ground now, ready to talk to us live about the players in the squad. So Jake, is there any chance we will see all 3 Southampton players on the pitch tonight?
Well, unfortunately, it looks unlikely, but we can all hope that all 3 of them will start tonight. But it looks like Kyle Walker-Peters is going to drop out after getting 60 minutes against Switzerland on Saturday. Walker-Peters played really well that game. He had the 91% pass accuracy and didn't record a tackle, but had 6 interceptions in a great debut for his country. We'll probably get to see James Ward-Prowse tonight, and that'll be exciting to watch because England have got a lot of tricky wingers that usually get fouled a lot, and we all know how deadly James Ward-Prowse is from a dead ball situation. There was an outside chance we might get to see Fraser Forster as well. He'll make his first England appearance since 2016. His first call-up was actually on the 15th of November in 2013. So it was been 9 years, just under 9 years, since his last call-up to the England squad. It'll be exciting to see what lineup is put out by Southgate, and I hope to see all the Southampton players involved.
Well, thanks, Jake. Now, moving on to Eastleigh FC, who are set to take on Farnborough FC in the Hampshire Senior Cup final. The game is set to take place at home ground Silver Lake Stadium with a kick-off at 7:45. Both teams will be looking to add fresh silverware to their cabinet, as it's been more than 7 years since either was victorious in the tournament. Our reporter Saj Rahman spoke to Eastleigh centre-back Brendan Wilson ahead of their clash tonight.
This is sort of the main thing. We've got another final coming up on the 4th of May, but we've all buzzing to do this one, and when we get called up to do it, because obviously it's first team, we're all ecstatic, so yeah, hopefully we can.
A new attendance record could hit later this week at the Women's El Clasico. We caught up with our reporter Fraser Day for a preview ahead of the pivotal fixture.
It's been a successful couple of weeks for Barcelona when it comes to El Clasico victories, with both the men's and women's teams beating their Galactico rivals in recent weeks. Tomorrow night, Barcelona Femení will take on Real Madrid in the second leg of their Champions League quarter-final, with the hosts looking to retain the Champions League trophy this season. Last week, Barcelona came from 1-0 down to win 3-1 after an Alexia Putellas double. Our correspondent George Rees-Julian is on the streets of Barcelona ahead of the game and is expecting the home side to see out the tie.
I think the occasion of 90,000 fans inside the stadium sets this up for a massive Barcelona win, and to be honest, I don't see the script deviating too far from that. This is a Barcelona side who are absolutely packed with talent. They're already the champions of Spain with a fair few games still to go. And one of those world-class players is Alexia Putellas, current Ballon d'Or holder, captain of the side and scorer of 2 goals in the first leg. She spoke about during the week how she didn't think girls would ever get the opportunity to play at the new camp. Well, this week she'll be leading out her side onto the pitch for a massive Champions League quarter-final.
Elsewhere in tonight's game, records are set to be broken, with Spanish commentator Jordi Sonia Capella expecting a capacity crowd ahead of tonight's fixture, where the previous record of 60,739 will be smashed.
Barcelona trying to set a new attendance record for a women's football game. And of course, it's massive for the Barcelona brand, but also for women's football worldwide. In sporting terms, Barca has had more problems than usual in last La Liga and Champions League games, also because of injuries. And they'll have to face fierce competition in Wolfsburg and Olympique Lyonnais if they want to be really considered the best team in Europe.
Over the top here for Guijarro now. Alexia Putellas could make it 3-1, and she does.
Former Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has been seen in Istanbul for the first time since being a victim of an alleged chemical warfare poisoning. The 55-year-old was involved in peace talks between the two countries after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He said he endured sore eyes and peeling skin but is now recovering. Former chemical weapons inspector Jerry Smith believes this is an interesting development in the potential poisoning.
On an individual and somebody as high profile as we've seen is certainly an interesting development if it turns out to be the case of actual poisoning.
Saudi Arabia could host the Alexander Usyk-Anthony Joshua rematch in late June, according to the Ukrainian's promoter Alexander Krasuk. Usyk is set to face the Brit after beating him last year to be crowned unified heavyweight champion. The winner could set up a fight in a tasty affair with the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. British doubles tennis player Joe Salisbury will be announced as the new number one at the start of next week. It follows after he and his partner Rajiv Ram reached the quarter-finals of Miami Open on Sunday. The 29-year-old will be the third ever British player to have been number one with both Andy and Jamie Murray. Joe Root has been told to step down as England's cricket captain. They lost their last 4 series, including a 4-0 Ashes defeat and a 1-0 loss in West Indies, which ended with a 10-wicket defeat on Sunday. Former England captain Michael Vaughan and Nasser Hussain said they would tell Root to step down if asked for advice. Poor decisions are to blame for the recent form, says Hussain.
Ahmedabad playing 4 seamers and it spun from ball 1. Brisbane batting first on a green top, leaving Broad and Anderson out on a green top, turning up to Adelaide, not playing your spinner when it spun square, not taking Broad and Anderson to the Caribbean.